So, are we live? Can everyone out there see me? Well, it is great to see everyone on today. This is, I believe, Monday, April the 13th in the year 2020. And I am your host today. My name is Cliff Long, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association, where we have about 16,000 members who proudly sell properties all over Florida, as well as help people to buy properties. As the Chief Executive Officer of the association, I get a chance to interact with just about every member that we have. And I'm going to make a little rotation here very quickly to make a correction. Okay, so I believe that's better. And let me see if that's going to change things a little bit. And if not, then I'll make another adjustment here. Let's see here. Does that one get you guys squared away okay? There you are. There you are. So, as Chief Executive Officer, I have the opportunity to interact with 16,000 of the best realtors in Central Florida. And oftentimes when I meet those realtors, I speak to them, and I always try to make sure that in every interaction, whether it be business or personal, I do my very best to make sure that I leave people better than I found them. And the way that I do that is by just giving an encouraging word and finding something positive to say to them. I've been doing this now for almost 2 decades. I don't want to give my age away, but I started my career as a government affairs director and way back at the Emerald Coast Association of Realtors in Fort Walton Beach. Big shout out to all of my e-car peeps that are watching today. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate it. And for all of you who will be hitting me up afterwards in my inbox to say we saw it, but you didn't want to hit like up front. I don't know why, but it's great to see you. And as I started off as a government affairs director there, then I had a chance to migrate from there to being the chief executive officer of that association. It was during that time that I first encountered a lot of conflict and the opportunity to learn that positive energy is energy that you should manufacture on your own, and that you don't need someone else to give you positive energy. It's something that you decide that you're going to be happy. And it was over, I would say again, almost 20 years ago that I learned that I'd rather just exude and emanate positive energy as opposed to negative energy, and make sure that every time I had a chance to interact with someone, that I did so and left them in a better place. So here in April of 2020, for the last 2 months, we've been going through something that is actually a moment not just in local history or American history, but world history. Everything in the entire world has pivoted. It's changed. It's gone in a new direction. And it is up to us to make sense of it all. How do we make sense of people dying? How do we make sense of people being affected by sickness? How do we make sense of our businesses being affected and the inability to go out and earn a wage? Can you find something positive in that to say? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, you can. But you're going to have to find that silver lining. It's not going to find you. You're going to have to go out and frame this moment in your life and make it the moment that you need it to be. And so it looks like my team is making another adjustment here. Is that much better for everyone to see? And so you're going to have to go out and make this moment be the best moment and the moment that you need it to be. So it begins with what you say and what comes out of your mouth. Take a look at the television behind me. Take a look at it. It's a beautiful ocean and an amber orange sky. It absolutely is a beautiful setting. But I want to ask you a question. In that picture, is your sun setting or is the sun rising? This determines what type of person you are. You see, I'm absolutely here to tell you that is a sunrise. I took that picture personally. I know that that is the sun rising over the horizon, and I was there at that beach at that time to catch the sunrise. But a lot of people, when they saw that, they say, hey, that's a beautiful sunset. Well, let me ask you this. Is the sun rising in your life, or is the sun setting in your life? That determines your place in life. If all you ever see is sunsets, if all you ever see is the end of days, then that's going to be how you conduct yourself in life and in your world. It's always going to be the sun is setting on your relationship. The sun is setting on your business. The sun is setting on your children. The sun is setting. Everywhere you go, an opportunity or the opportunity is ending. It's never beginning. But you've got to be the type of person that the sun is always rising on your business. So it doesn't matter whether you have one client, 100 clients, or 1,000 clients. In your mind, you're looking for 10,000, 1,000. You have to be the type of person that if you just ended a relationship, wow, in your mindset, it just happened for the better. Thank God that that happened. You can't say that I'll never have another relationship. You have to be able to say the next relationship is going to be the best one I ever had. If you just lost a client or you just lost a proposal, you can't say, oh my God, that was my last chance at doing business. You've got to make up your mind and say, I am so glad that I got that interaction out the way so that now what's good for me can happen. Is the sun rising in your life or is it setting? I like to have a sunrise mentality, meaning every day I'm looking for the sunrise. In every opportunity, I'm looking for the sunrise. In every encounter, I'm looking for the sunrise. Life is good for me. Good things are going to happen for me. I expect good things to happen. I don't live in a world where there's doubt every day about everything. And quite frankly, if you know me, and many of you know me, I don't let negative, doubtful people hang around me. I don't let people who doubt come and stay in my atmosphere. You can't come in my office. You can't bring that doubt in. I don't want you to bring it in my building. Keep that doubt out. If you're the type of person that's always getting ready to bring me a sunset, well then that sun's got to set on your side of the earth because it's bright and shiny right here in my life, and I like to keep it that way. You too have to keep the doubters, the haters, the negative people, the people with a bad word or a bad situation. You've got to keep them out of your life if your business is going to thrive. And you should expect your business to thrive. You've put the work in, you've put the time in, you've made the contacts, you set the appointments, you went out there, you had the interactions. Why wouldn't you be successful? Why not you? Good things are supposed to happen to you, but you've got to speak them. One of the things I say to my staff is it's gonna happen. Oh, I love it when people doubt me because I know I don't have any doubt. And the fact that I don't have any doubt leads me to believe that it's going to work in my favor, and I expect it to. And I keep on working towards those things working in my favor because doubt was never part of my plan. You see, I don't have roadblocks. I have detours. Yes, it means that if this path was cut off from me, I'm going to find a new path to take that's going to lead me to my destination. Do you have a roadblock mentality? Are all your pathways always cut off? Or do you see it as life just gave you a detour? Okay, that's not the way I was supposed to go. I'm going to go in a different direction. If that's you, then things are happening for you. Things are happening the way you want them to happen, and it is going to be a great day in your city and with your business. So what I want is that this week becomes a pivot week for you. I want you to let this week, in this first edition of Uplift with Cliff, I want you to make a pivot in your business and decide that 2020 is going to be the best year and that you're getting rid of every excuse. What I want every member and every friend of mine out there to know is that the message that you send says it all. How you say it says it all. Your posture says it all. So what is the message? What is the message that you've been sending? Again, I love making believers out of my doubters, and so now I have more believers than doubters. But that's because you can't get me to adopt your negative message. I don't care how it happened for you in the past, won't happen for me that way. I don't care what bad happened to you in the past, not going to happen to me. I don't care how broke you've been. I've been broker and overcome more. I don't care how many deaths you've seen. I've seen death too, but I prefer to celebrate the living. I don't care how many businesses you've seen go bad. I've started one or two businesses in my life. You know what? I'm a CEO right now and I'm successful. I don't allow those people, and the message that you send has to say it all. What message are you putting out? Exactly what are you saying to your clients? What are you saying to people? What are you putting out that's going to cause you to be successful? Do you have a game plan, or is your message the same old negative message that other people are putting out? You should be working a game plan right now. If you know me, you know I'm a big proponent and a lover of football. And one of the things that I know about football, in particular when it comes to how you start the game, the first 10, 15, 20 plays of every game, they're scripted. Now, from the sidelines and from the television, it might look like they're just out there calling plays. No, the offensive coordinator, the person actually building the strategy, has a set system of plays. Those plays will tell them A, how their own players are going to perform, but it also is going to B, tell them how the other team is going to respond to them. And from that, they know exactly what they're going to do all day, all game long. And they just keep on hammering that in. So I'm about to ask you a question. Is your 2020 scripted? Do you know what's going to happen on April the 30th or the moment this quarantine is lifted? Are you just getting ready to go out there and be all willy-nilly calling people and moving around and expecting business to come to you? Or are you getting ready to execute a game plan, one full of positive talk and positive energy and positive activities that's going to change your world? Well, I got news for you. If you don't have a game plan, somebody else is getting ready to execute a script of plays on you that will leave you back in March. So at this place, as I say all the time, you're going to either barbecue or mildew. It's time to put some positive stuff out there. It's time to put a game plan together, and it's time for you to expect to be successful. Right now, you, yes, you, the one I'm talking to, you can change your 2020. But you've got to start with yourself. You've got to start with what you say and what you believe and how you talk to your clients. If I were a realtor in Orlando and I knew what was about to happen, and you ought to know what's about to happen, I would tell them that Orlando is about to be America's place. Because when the entire world is through with this quarantine, everybody's going to need a vacation. They're going to want to get out of the house, out of the city, out of the country. And guess where the most visited place on earth is? Yes, right here, the epicenter, Orlando. And you are here. If you're not pumping your clients up and talking to people all around the world, telling them that you are about to be in the epicenter of the most visited place on earth in the middle of the summer, then you're missing it all. If you're not hyping up your business right now, telling everybody, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready to come to Orlando right now, this is the place to be, then you missed an opportunity. You should be running your plays right now, running a script, preparing people to come to this city because this is where you want to be. If you're not telling your clients how excited you are to see them and talking to them, if you're sitting at home just eating bonbons all day and Werther's snacks and eating Tootsie Rolls, you're missing it. Every morning, you should have gotten up and called every client that you know, every investor, and started your business all over again, spreading the good news and the fact that you are still in business, that you can help them buy and sell real estate anywhere in the world. And all they got to do right now is work with you, and you can tell them Orlando is the place to be, because if the past looks like if the present looks like the past, this is getting ready to be the epicenter of it all in the middle of summer. How are you going to miss that? You can't miss that. You got to tell them how excited you are to see them and that you can't wait to see them. Let them know that their lives are about to change. Are you getting people excited about doing business with you? Or are you talking to them about the epidemic? Are you talking to them about the virus? People, stop talking to people about the virus. It's here. Talk to them about safety. Talk to them about being precautious. But talk to them next about the opportunity that the virus has presented. The fact that right now is the best time to invest in real estate. And right now, there's one spot in America that everybody's coming to, and that's right here in Central Florida. Stop talking to them about the deaths. Stop talking to them about the sickness. If you know someone that's sick, direct them to go to the doctor, and by all all means exercise social distancing. But if the virus is the center of the conversation around your entire business, then you got a sunset happening, because there's nothing positive about people being sick. But if you can tell those people that because of the virus, there's some great things that are going to happen, and if you can have 5 minutes of their time to talk about your business and why they should do business with you, well, then you see a sunrise about to happen over my shoulder, and this virus and this thing is getting ready to be good for you. It's all about the energy that you put into it. It's all about the message that you give out. What have you been telling your clients? Have you been giving them and pumping them full of negativity? Or have you been telling them that now is the time and I'm the person? Have you been letting them know that you can help them buy and sell real estate anywhere in the world? Or are you telling them that real estate all over the world is poison? If that's you, then you put yourself in a box that you can't do business anywhere in the world. If you're waking up talking negative about Italy and going to bed talking negatively about China and the infections all around where you are, what's left? What have you left them with? You got to stop that right now. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And what does that mean? It means that what's inside here is going to come out right here. You've got to start putting positive energy and positive things in your mind and in your mouth and in your heart, so that when it's time to speak those things, they come back out. Stop talking about the coronavirus and talk about how you are about to be on fire to sell real estate in real estate. Stop talking about people who have died. Talk about those who have survived. And if you've got a place for those survivors, it's time to have a vacation, and you got a spot to sell them right here in Central Florida. That's your message. That's what you want to say. Stop the negativity. Don't say anything else negative by social media. Don't say anything else negative by text message. Don't call people and tell them who died, who lied, and who's laying on their side. Tell them things are getting ready to look up. They're looking up. There's sunrises happening right here in Central Florida, and that you can help them do business anywhere, in particular right here. So as I get ready to come to my close, I've got 8 things I want to tell you about being positive and how you can change your business and deliver a different message to people. The first thing I want you to do is look at your demeanor. Hold yourself up. Be positive. Speak life and put a smile on your face. Hey, stop looking like you've been dipped in hot sauce and swallowed a cup of vinegar. Start looking like things are going well for you and that they're supposed to. Put a smile and tell them that it is great to see them, great to talk to them, and that you can't wait to see them again once this quarantine's over. Then I want you to do something that I read a book. It says reframe forward. Reframe forward. Instead of expressing yourself in terms of what you cannot do, reframe everything that you say in terms of what you can do. Get rid of I can't, I don't, I won't, or I need. Those words don't work for you anymore. What you've got to do is say I can, I am, I will, and I choose. Those things have a different connotation. Those are sunrise type of sayings, and they will work and they will change your business. Number 3, I want you to avoid the absolutes. You're getting ready to come out of this virus thing, and things are going to be great for you. So instead of looking up and saying, oh, that guy's a complete idiot, don't say that. Just say, they see things differently from me. Have an appreciation for the way other people think and feel and say things. Get that negative tone out and say, may not work for them, but it's going to work for me. I want you to reframe what you have to say. Avoid those absolutes and stop saying that no one around here ever listens to what I have to say, and say, well, you know what? I tried. If you put the positive spin on what you're saying and reframe everything, life's going to start working a whole lot better for you. You're going to have a whole lot more sunrises instead of sunsets. One of the 4th thing I want you to do is stop apologizing for your opinion. You're entitled to it. Don't go into, I meet people all the time and they're always apologizing. Well, I'm so sorry. Well, they begin sentences with, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? For living? Sorry for having an opinion? Sorry for being positive? Don't do that. A lot of times, especially a lot of my business women, they preface their opinion with an apology. No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to mind ruffling feathers. Ruffle those feathers. Say what you got to say and mean it. And say it with a smile so that it comes across with positive energy. The 5th thing I want you to do is shelve the shoulds, as the author wrote. Shelve the shoulds. The word should sounds harmlessly enough, but It always says, well, I should have done this. What we should do. I want you to replace your shoulds with your coulds. You know what we could do? We can go do this. You know what we can do? Not what we should, which has a connotation of it might not happen. Put a positive spin on it and say, you know what we can do? We can go do this. We can do that. We can make it happen. If you change your shoulds into coulds, then things will start working in your favor. The next thing I want you to do is express things in commitment. Not what we ought to do. Commit to do it. You know what? I'm going to commit to making this happen. I commit to getting us a new building. I commit to getting us a new location. I commit to closing 10 million this year. I'm committing myself to be at work on time. Express commitment and say things in the terms of commitment so they happen for you. You don't want things to be negative. You don't want to put doubt in everything you say. Say everything in the form of a commitment. And then lastly, I want you to, well, not lastly, but I want you to limit the labels. Labels create a subconscious mental boundary, and it kind of confines you. A label keeps you inside, and it limits your ability to do anything. And definitely don't label yourself as lazy. Don't label yourself as, well, you know, my ADD is going to kick. Stop. Don't do that. Don't label yourself as, well, I'm not a morning. Stop it. You are a morning person. You can concentrate. You are not lazy. Stop putting negative labels on yourself and speak of yourself in the positive frame of mind. You know, I've always been a go-getter. You know, my dad hustled. My mom was a hustler. I've been a hustler. I get out and get it. Put yourself in positive terms and stop labeling yourself in a negative connotation. Don't say, well, I've never been good with money. Say, you know what? I used to be bad with money, but the person I am today is not the person that I was yesterday. If you get rid of those labels and start seeing and saying things in a positive way, life's going to work for you. And lastly, I want you to rephrase problems as opportunities. I think there's a saying, this is out of chaos, opportunity is born. Well, rephrase the problems in your life as opportunities. We all have problems. What differentiates successful people is how they approach them. I was telling my children the other day that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. So every time a problem comes your way, that's an opportunity for you to shine. And while everybody else is focusing on the problem, you're going to be the person focusing on making that situation better. And when you do so, your business is going to follow. When you change the way you describe your problems, it opens up an entirely different system of avenues and opportunities that you can take advantage of. So, in closure, you have what you say. If you speak positive information, then positive things will happen to you. If you look for things to be positive, then things will be positive. And if you speak life into your situation, it will always be living and never dying. Don't let your business die because you've been speaking negativity. Don't let your relationships die because you see it dying before it ever got started. And don't let this beautiful, glorious life pass you by because you're always waiting on something negative or the next bad thing to happen. Out of chaos, opportunity is born. As I get ready to close, I want you all to know what I tell everyone when they come into this association. I love you. When you come to the Orlando Regional Realtor Association, you'll be greeted by a staff and a group of leaders and a board of directors and executive committee that understands the power of positive energy. We want you and your business to thrive in 2020. I'm no longer worried about the storm. I'm worried about what happens after the storm. Yes, we're in an epidemic. Yes, it's a pandemic. And yes, people are dying. But guess what? People are being born every day too, and the hospital is full of new babies who are ready to live a life, and it's up to us to deliver a beautiful life full of positive energy to those people. My name's Cliff Long. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. I want to first say thank you and let you know that I love you. Goodbye, and have an awesome week.